Hi everybody, welcome to a long overdue channel update. I actually I had a look back on my videos, and the last channel update I did was on the 19th of January 2020, so it's been 16 months since we did one, and of course it's been quite a year since we did one. Obviously, January 2020, we were still naive, and I think it was only a month later that we were starting to tell people no to isolate, and if they'd been in contact with someone from northern Italy, oh, they were such naively wonderful times, weren't they? Yeah, when you think over the year that's just over a year and a bit that's just gone past us, really, and it has been a horrendous year, an utterly horrendous year for many of us, myself included, and you know, as many of you know, I lost my mum in, what was it? Oh, I can't even think now when it was. Was it March or May? It's one of those, the dates blur. Not to the Rona, but you know, that doesn't change anything. And that was obviously fairly horrendous for me. For my stepdad, obviously doubly horrible, and did not helped by the fact that he also lost his mum and his dad last year. So yeah, pretty bad, and I know a lot of you will have had losses, which, you know, no amount of being talking about will change or anything. There were horrible things that should never have happened, and here we are, and I've just run out of inventory space. So yes, I mean, obviously my I won't say my thoughts and prayers, because as you know, I am agnostic, so you know, that particular phraseology would be somewhat inappropriate, but definitely my thoughts go out to everybody who has, you know, lost anybody during this horrendous time that we've been through, and we can only hope that we're on the way out of it. But obviously, it's been more than just the health aspects. It's been the lockdowns and the mental health aspects, if you like. You know, so many people locked down for so long. It's not been good. Understatement of the year, I suppose, there. But yeah, definitely not being good. And in terms of that, you know, there's been changes in the way we work. I have been, well, I'm actually not being impacted too badly on the work front, and you know, my work has largely been pretty much the same, other than working from actually I did want those, and I want some of that. Other than working in, you know, socially distanced and blah 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 in a different area, and with, you know, the lockdown in the campuses and stuff, my work has largely been the same. But it has been far more intense than it's ever been. I've had to do a lot more to even come close to doing what we were doing. You know, so consequently my time has been impacted on fairly dramatically. And that kind of goes on to another thing, which is comments and replying to comments. I just want to reiterate, because I always say this, but I think it's always worth repeating, is that I read every comment. I've not had the time to reply to comments as much. I do read every comment, and I do, you know, take a great deal of comfort and, what's the word I'm looking for? Joy out of getting the feedback from you guys who enjoy watching content that I put out. I mean, for me, it's just a hobby, and as a result, you know, please do keep commenting. I will comment back now and again. Sometimes I'll have a binge if I've got a bit of spare time. But work-wise, it has just been very, very busy, and consequently, you know, not getting as many comments returned and done as I would have liked. However, you know, work has been busy, but also, it has worked excellent. Sorry, I've not used this before. What was I going to say? The last year has been particularly hard, especially for someone like me. As you know, I like my holidays. I am a prolific holidayer. I'm fortunate that I've got to a stage in life where I can afford to go on a number of holidays, and therefore do. And you know, it's great being able to do that, but the last year, of course, has meant that I had. Well, I'm trying to think. We lost 3 holidays last year. We did manage to squeeze a very short break to the Canary Islands in at a time when the Canary Islands were deemed safe to travel to. Until, of course, we went there, and then on the 2 days before we were due to travel back, they changed us back over into a quarantine situation, which was like, gee, thanks, Boris. You know, it's been fine all this time. There's a certain amount of annoyance with that, but at the end of the day, we knew the risks, we took them, and everything was done properly. So last year was a complete write-off for holidays. Now we did get all of them, all bar probably around about 500 quid back. So not complete loss. Enough that you kind of go, I could have done without losing it. But on the grand scale of the scheme, I should just use the axe, shouldn't I? Probably be quicker. But for the most part, we got most of it back. And in the case of one of them, we got offered a hefty incentive to book somewhere new. I should probably sleep, but we'll just do it out. We'll camp. We'll camp out. So yeah, we did book, and consequently, we are expecting to be hopefully in Cuba. On the 20th of this month, May. Of course, that is entirely dependent on the announcement that comes out on the 17th, and I do talk about this in some of the upcoming videos, but we've also got some more holidays booked, and I kind of figure that they're going to be. I will be fully vaccinated by the 20th. The wife is already fully vaccinated, and yeah, we are really looking forward to it and ready for it, as I'm sure many of you are as well. So we've got that booked, and we've got some later in September. We've got Greece, and then vaguely, and optimistically in late November, we've got what am I thinking of? Egypt. That's what I was thinking of. Anyway, so that's kind of the update on the live. You know, we're still chunking along, doing our thing, and seeing where. Oh, damn it! I need a bucket that hasn't got water in it. Thank you. So, in terms of the channel, I wanted to have a chat about a few bits and pieces that are going on, because as we've been travelling through this year, I've obviously been recording my 4 series, my Sid Modded Life Season 3, my Heads of Sorcery, Terra Firma Craft Season 5, and 7 Days to Die. And obviously 7 Days to Die is probably one of the least popular things that series I record, but it is one of my. I enjoy recording it, and again, as I've said previously, back off, snake, you snaky snake. Yeah, go on, shoot. So yeah, it's a hobby. So I'm not doing this forever for a career or anything like that. I will undoubtedly be working for a long time yet, but it brings us to where those episodes and seasons are going. And Heavens of Sorcery is not complete by any stretch, and obviously at the time you're watching this there are a few episodes left recorded, and it isn't completed. It's outstanding, for want of a better word. However, the Heavens of Sorcery mod pack is also not complete, and by which I mean the quest line isn't complete. So I have completed, or in terms of recorded video, I have completed Heavens of Sorcery right up to the point that of the mod pack running out, and we move to the next, where will be the next chapter, but it doesn't exist yet, which is an issue. Well, it's a minor issue, not a big issue, but it's still an issue. So I kind of ummed and ahed about Heavens of Sorcery, because the element that you open up at the end of Heavens of Sorcery, at the end of the quest line that we've got, is the Betweenlands. And obviously we could go in and record the Betweenlands. That's not a problem. We could do that should we wish to, and all would be good. However, oh hello, that was quick. As far as I'm aware, the Phoenix Lodge still intends to complete Heavens of Sorcery questline. There are updates being planned, and there will be the elements that update and open up the Blood Magic line, the Thorncraft line, and the Bewitchment line. So these are all still going to happen as far as we are concerned. We're not. So my thoughts were, because I haven't done a server series for a while, was to put sweet potato seeds, I haven't got those, put the Heavens of Sorcery pack on hiatus, at least while we wait for the pack to the thing to do what it's going to do and be updated, and try something completely different. And this is more mandrake seeds. This is the completely different. No, I don't want you there. So this pack I'm playing here is something I would never have considered in the past. I need to get more saplings. Come on, you can give me more than that. But I want to give it a try. Now I've got a few tweaks to do on the server implementation. I have got a server, it's running, and it has this pack on it. However, I want to add a few data pack elements to it to enable sleep voting, for example. So obviously, you don't end up being stuck through the night if you don't want to. That kind of thing. Turn off creeper griefing because it's just annoying. Not creeper griefing, sorry, enderman griefing. Little things, double shulker shell drops, all the stuff we can do. This pack is 1.16.5, and it is not Forge. This is not a Forge server. This is all the Fabric 3. So taking a break literally kept moving away from the forge and playing on Fabric. Now, I've never really played Fabric mods. Now, there's no real reason why not. Come on, you. And it's got some. I mean, this. I'm playing a single player world of this just to get the feel, really, because it's, you know, it is a mod pack that has got mods in it that I've not played before. It's got mods that I'm familiar with in it. It has significantly altered the cave environment. So, for example, this is my caving cave down here, and it was actually open. I see it grew with the vines in it, and it is predominantly dirt with stone. The structure down here is completely different, and there are other kinds of caves. There are icy caves, lots of stuff going on. The Nether, although I've not gone to the Nether in this playthrough yet, but the Nether is very different. It's got a lot more biomes, a lot more things going on. The End, again, I've tested it in creative. The End is a new experience all over, and that's just the biomes. The biomes themselves, you've got battle towers, you've got different biomes. If you just look at the colours on the map, you know, there's, well, and you got a map, but there's a huge amount of stuff. There's backpacks, there's tents, there's camping, there's what looks to be a that looks to me, I think that's a battle tower actually. I don't think it's an outpost, but you know, lots and lots of stuff going on here. Bosses, I sailed out to sea, saw a boss bar appear with a kraken and turned immediately around and went back to shore. This it's interesting. Cheese, food, sandwiches. So, you know, if I nutritional value going on in here, just a vast amount of content. There's also Bewitchment. You saw the mandrake seeds and everything like that. There's Sandwichable, which is, this is your cheese cultures to make different cheeses, lots of different valuables. Applied Energistics too exists in Fabric. I did not know that had happened. Up here I've got the first of my early tech. I've got tech. I've got a coal generator, and I've got a pulverizer from Industrial Revolution. There is that line. There are quests. So I actually jumped for the pulverizer rather than the electric furnace, because I figured that would be a better play, you know, because I'm going to need to make one of those, and that's going to require stuff. All sorts of tech in there. There's a Tech Reborn, which is immersive engineering, basically. There is this Kybe, which has got slime slings and magnets and all sorts of pocket things, conveyors, elevator blocks, buckets, tanks, poppers, coolers, rings all the way through to angel rings. You know, you've seen the most of this we've seen before, but there is a lot of things going on. Storage, different. A fabric furnace. I've got no idea how you make a fabric furnace, but we'll work that one out. Things, backpacks, diamond barrels, diamond chests, dank knolls. A lot of stuff. So, with this particular bit, I want to invite anybody who would like to play on this server. Not this server, this is not the server, this is me. Things. I'm not going to actually sleep. I'm going to show you just some, because there are a few mobs as well that you'd see that you might not see normally. If we can wait till they come out. So anybody who would like to be whitelisted on this server, you just have to drop me an email at titaniumsid@gmail.com. I'll try and remember to put that in the description as well. But there was a ghost. Skeleton. I think that baby zombie might have seen me, but yeah, you will see floating around out there periodically ghosties from Bewitchment. I haven't managed to figure out how to kill them yet. They seem to be... there's a ghosty. Anyway, we'll sleep. Yeah, just drop me a line saying you'd like to play. Give me your in-game name so we can whitelist you. And I will reply with the server address. It's a new server, so those of you who've been previously whitelisted, it's not the same. And yeah, it's not input. You don't have to be a content creator to join. You can do if you want. I will try and possibly do some more collaborative stuff on here as well. I'm terrible at doing that, partially because of work commitments and getting time to actually arrange to do things with people. It is quite a significant investment to get to do those kind of collaborative works, but that's the plan. This will certainly come out on the Tuesday slot where we would have previously had Heavens of where we have got and will get back Heavens of Sorcery. Hello, little rat. We have rats as well. Rats of Mischief, though, not the rats mod. Not to be confused. Or you can tame them, but they don't sit on your shoulder. So that. Hello, sir. You got spears as well. You may have. I mean, spear implementation seriously is actually not that big a feat of accomplishment when you consider we've already got them in tridents. We just need to do that. Yeah. So that's the thing. Tuesday nights or Tuesdays will probably be this. I may record, because what I will tend to do is try and play daily a little bit and record little snippets and then put out maybe a compilation once a week as well. I don't know exactly how I'm going to play it yet. And yeah, this is it. All of Fabric 3. So that's where we go there. Now with Terra Firma Craft is getting close to completion. We're going to be working on the reactors next. So just, I think mainly to say I've done it, because I've never built a reactor in Terra Firma Craft, because they don't normally exist, obviously. But yeah, so we'll try and do a reactor, and I would like to potentially try and just wiggle around and get into the guts of that big dungeon as well, and just get that kind of thing done, because that would be advantageous, I feel, as well, and a good point. But the question then is, what do we replace with? I have raided this village several times already, so there's not, a lot of the stuff's gone, but I realised that this lot here would be beneficial. And you can't remember to raid everything, can you? So that big old question there, as I say, is what do we replace Terra Firma Craft with? Now, my kind of gut feeling is to move into and do a. Well, I'm still nourished. No, mind you, I'm using my lead pick. It's a bit slow. Higher level, slower harvesting rate. My gut feeling is to go with something in 1.12 rather than a 1.7 Terra Firma Craft. I've been playing Terra Firma Craft now for, I don't even want to think. I mean, most of my Terra Firma Craft seasons have gone over 100 episodes. And even when I was doing 2 a week, that's 50 weeks for 100 episodes. So, you know, it is actually a surprising thing of just how much I've done. So 1.12, I had a look and I kind of pulled down 4 mods, and I'm kind of playing with the idea of 2 mod packs. One is actually the 1.12 version of the pack that I've just played, which is Terra Firma Craft Reloaded. But of course it is on the 1.12 version. It has a few new mods, because obviously the 1.7 mods are all not there. It has a few old mods, There are differences, and of course it's Terra Firmacraft the next generation anyway, so things don't freak out about him. He's just I don't think there's anything. Oh, he's a laser golem. Yeah, we don't want to mess with him, but his eyes are not red because he's annoyed. I kind of freaked out a bit when I saw these different golems floating around. And yeah, so two. One is that Terra Firmacraft Reloaded the next generation. And you know, it's a very interesting pack. I want to grab these lights at some point. There you see, Obsidian Golem. That one freaked me out a bit and all. The other alternative is Terra Firma Greg. And that's potentially the biggest change, because that is, if you can't figure out, is Terra Firmacraft with Greg Tech. That one could be somewhat hellish. I am prepared to give it a try. I'm not entirely sure whether I'm prepared to finish it. Greg Tech and me have a history anyway. I've never really got on with heavily microcrafting packs, and this could be. I mean, you know, Terra Firmacraft is pretty microcrafting, so good God, what's this one going to be like? So yeah, that's a kind of a position that I'm in. Wow, I've actually filled up that chest. That's scary. Okay, well, we'll just keep hold of that for now then, shall we? Oh, I don't think I can do it with that. Boop, boop. You can go there. So yeah, those are a couple of ideas, and if you've got any thoughts on either of those, do let me know. I'm not going to sit there and say I will play whatever people come up with, but you know, that's things. Moving on, 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die is 7 Days to Die is an odd one. I enjoy 7 Days to Die. I enjoy playing 7 Days to Die, and ultimately I do this because I enjoy it, not because I'm, you know, a professional YouTuber or in any way, shape or form and want to be a professional YouTuber. I can honestly, hand on heart, say that even if the amount of money I made from making YouTube videos was enough to live on, I would still work for a living. Because I just think it's too fragile an economy to even take a chance on. But it's a kind of a moot question. I don't think it will ever be an actual situation. That said, 7 Days to Die, I'm probably going to take it to episode 50, maybe. I think I'm trying to remember what episode I'm on now. Let me just double check. Yeah, I've just recorded. You haven't seen, because it's not out for the best part of a week, 2 to 3 weeks almost. I've just recorded episode 39, so I think episode 50 will probably be where we end up. That should be where we've probably got most of our equipment maxed out. We're doing tier 5 quests, and I think that will be a good point to finish that up. Now, what I replace it with, I really don't know. I mean, as I've said before, I'm playing Space Engineers. I don't know whether I could record Space Engineers. It's too grindy. Subnautica Sub-Zero is probably getting very close to. That's not ready yet, is it? Very close to coming out. But again, it's not here. So that one's kind of up in the air. If people have got suggestions, you know, if it's obviously things like the Stardew Valley, Graveyard Keeper, that kind of indie game, just something different really, then I'm always up for it. But there's no desperate. I mean, there's another 11 weeks on top of this, so that's going to be a good while before that changes. The final thing I wanted to mention in this little channel update is mod spotlights, because I haven't done any for a long time, and there is a very, very simple reason. When I first started doing mod spotlights, on average I would have had to go through maybe 20 or 30 mods to find a mod which was a possible candidate for a mod spotlight, and I probably need 10 to get 3 or 4. You know, You'd look at these mods and go through the Steam Workshop, the Curse Forge, and the mods can be shocking. That situation has, in all honesty, just got worse. I'm going through hundreds of mods and finding nothing worth spotlighting. Nothing that is not. If it is worth spotlighting, it's often a direct rip-off of another mod. So yeah, it's not just good enough for it to be a new mod that I don't know or everybody else doesn't know. It's got to be something that actually I feel that people are going to enjoy playing, or is going to be worthwhile, or add something to the game. Not another backpack mod or another chest expansion mod or another mod. And that's it. These are the ones which are in any way complete. The majority of them are either incomplete, poorly written. Often the descriptions, if there's no description on the mod page on the website, I won't even look at it, because if somebody writes a mod and they want me to spend time on it, I mean, I presume they've spent time writing it. If they fall over at the first hurdle and don't actually sell their mod to me as a customer, if you like, why the hell should I look at it? What is the point? And that's the ones that are acceptable. Then you get the ones which are just frankly disgusting, that are xenophobic, racist, sexist, intolerant, bigoted, drug related, alcohol related. Actually, I don't have an issue with alcohol related ones. I just don't really find a great deal of fun in having things that are linked to alcohol and out drinking. But there's just so many things which are just in bad taste or poor taste, or just downright, as far as I'm concerned, unacceptable. So that's why I haven't done many mod spotlights recently. I haven't really found anything that jumps out at me and says, spotlight me. Having said that, I've got to say, this pack is kind of changing my attitude towards Fabric. One thing that's on the mod spotlight thing you may have seen as well, which kind of illustrates the point to some degree, is that one of the more famous mod spotlighters, the Mischief of Mice, has really been doing mod pack spotlights recently rather than mod spotlights. And that to me speaks volumes, because that's basically saying, their mods are not there to review. I'm going to do the mod packs. And if someone whose channel is almost entirely based upon the idea of doing mod spotlights and is bit by bits and stuff like that, and they are brilliant spotlights. I mean, yeah, I go for more of an overview. He goes into far more detail than I do. Yeah, the modding environment is fractured at the moment. It is fractured between loaders, between Fabric and Forge, and then it's within Forge, it's fractured between versions. People are not moving from 1.12, other people are still on 1.15, 1.16. It's messy. I don't know what the answer is to this, but clearly something at some point needs to change, and until it does, I suspect we are going to be stuck with a modding environment which is fragmented and incomplete, and there's very little we can do to change that, unfortunately. So yeah, this is what we got. Anyway, that's where we are. Hopefully this has not gone on too long and I've not bored you to tears, but it's entirely possible. I bore myself to tears on occasions. But thanks for watching. As ever, comments are gratefully received. If I don't respond, you know why, I've just said. But all comments are gratefully received, and if you do wish to play on the new All of Fabric 3 server, just drop me a line, titaniumsid@gmail.com, in-game name, and I will send you the details. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.